Mic on. What's good, everybody? Make sure you hit that like button. We will commence after the song is over. But in the meantime, I need your help. Hit that like button. Mic off. Mic on. What's good, everybody? Thank y'all for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for coming through. We got 37 people here so far. I'm gonna need y'all to help me out. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right. So later tonight I'm gonna go live and we in the Latrice Island sector. There's been some big news and developments. And there's been some haters over there, like Myjahnee, aka No, aka Nana, or whatever her name is today, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's been keeping my name in her mouth, you know what I'm saying? Along with a few others, and people linking up cross sectors and stuff like that, hoping to take down the great Octavius Prime. All right. But it's nothing new to me. You know what I mean? It's nothing new. So we're on the backup and everything, but I just want to do a short live and let me give a shout out to Cassie. We got Cassie, Jean Bennett, Rhonda, Vicky Gal Harris. Shout out to everybody that's here. But I'll be live probably maybe around 8 or 9 tonight. So I'm gonna have a full production over there. I cam up and everything. So this channel is the Scratch Pad channel. And I turned off the monetization on purpose for that reason, so that we can just be over here and you know, that way we just take care of some minimum things, some, you know, small things and things like that, since it's the smallest channel I have that I'm active on. All right. So a lot of people don't understand what's going on, Annie. So like right now in the beef sector, and I just found it interesting, and I just said I'm gonna go live just for philosophy's sake. But I prophesy, if you go back to my older lives, and I have a few of them that's available, publicly available, I prophesy, I've said the beef and black sector will collapse. And so over there in the beef sector, you know what I'm saying, the Octavius Kiki hate sector, it has collapsed over there for multiple reasons. And now the riffraff is looking to start a new sector. You know, their leader over there, their fearless leader, lives in the past in 2019, and she was live today talking about the how things were back in the day and all this kind of stuff, whatever. And I'm really minding my business. You know what I mean? Really minding my business when it comes down to that space. I need y'all to hit that like button for me, please, guys. Hit the like button, and I'll stop begging. You know, now the like button is free 99. You know what I'm saying? So nobody should have a problem with hitting that like button in the meantime. But I'm gonna get in, that helps me get into my subject matter. Okay. Said Manic, welcome, be respectful, hit the like button and subscribe. Shout out to you, Cassie. Tara, ABC, I see you. So I'm just make sure I see everybody that's here. All right. So I'm about to get into it. About to get into the subject matter. But I just need that help real quick. Charlie Bailey, what's good? What's good? So I probably have about 30 minutes. So I don't plan on being here that long. But I'm gonna try to tie everything down for you guys when it comes down to what I've been observing, you know, off in the distance. Hold on, let me make sure. I think I should have it. Let me make sure I have everybody up on the stream. Okay, that's what's the problem. I want to get y'all comments up here because sometimes I'm about to get into the subject, guys. So, all right, we cool. All right, hit that like button. We finna go on a journey. Y'all kick back and chill. All right. So the beef sector is dead. Okay, the beef sector is dead. And for a lot of reasons, you know what I'm saying? The beef sector has turned into the hater sector. All right. So, you know, I don't think there's nobody in that space more hated than me. I said me or Kiki, but I don't want to include Kiki, but I would say as far as the most hated person, right, is Octavius Prime. And the reason why is that I never bent over and gave evil in the opening. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not gay. You know, I had a guy dox my Twitter and they found that I'm looking at women's. Okay. In secret. In my secret time, I'm actually looking at women. I think women are very attractive. Right. You know, it ain't no deal mystery about me. None of that crazy shit. Ain't no stuff downtown that has me like looking like a clown. But when it comes down to no woman, child, violence, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Haven't harmed a soul. And that's like unlike the rest of them, right? So the stars of the beef sector are people that talk about kids and talk about how they want to sexually violate children. And it's a fact. You know, it's a fact. You know, most vile sexual deviants, you know what I'm saying? The sectors over there smelling like booty and ass, okay, and goddamn dead fish, you know what I'm saying, with them 50-year-old lesbians and shit over there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And like the thing is, when they come online, they feel a sense of superiority in their life because in real life, nobody listens to them, give a fuck about them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no accomplishments just outside of being a shit talker and a goddamn hater on the internet. And that's their lot in life, being haters. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, Octavius goes out of town and, oh, his girlfriend's paying for it. But who the fuck paying for you to go out of town? You know what I'm saying? When the last time you have left the continental U.S. to go to the Virgin Islands or went to the Versace mansion, that ate, 5-star at 5-star restaurants, going to lobster buffets, going to Disney World, going to the Epcot Center and shit like that for everybody to see. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's not surprising to me. You know what I'm saying? And I get no sense of low self-esteem based off a pack of hating ass niggas. Okay. And that's just it. And that's all. And I'm just going to call it how it is. You know what I'm saying? So even in the beef set that they had this fake form of LGBT advocacy and everything like that, but they're the most self-hating groups of Black LGBT people online. You know what I'm saying? They out each other. They put out each other's HIV statuses and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's obvious to see that a lot of the people are suffering from all kind of plagues and everything for being a sodomite or a Gomorrahite and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the head leader of the beef sector, you know what I'm saying, basically had her womb fall the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? And, and she mad, she she was dealing with all kind. God tried to take her evil ass out of this picture, you know what I'm saying, for being evil. Now they have this investigation going on. They found out things are real. And I haven't been quiet based off the investigation. I really just have not been bothered. So they had this little summit over there, and I heard like Rick Reed was over there talking about like, who believes Octavius and Kiki? Well, motherfucker, who the fuck believes you? Okay, Rick, who the fuck believes you? What truth have you ever came out and told about a motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? So you a lie roasting ass motherfucker if there ever was one. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you be acting like you know a motherfucker personally and shit. I have never came out here or ever been in a place where I respect you motherfuckers that much I don't respect you niggas enough to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I really don't respect y'all enough to put together a lie or a scheme or a clout chase you people. I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I found that very comical that they would say that, who believes what Octavius says. And then I had made a commentary about this guy named Envy, Envy, who's dating a girl that claimed to be a Christian that was under a lesbian cult leader. Barnwild was under a lesbian cult leader, kissing her ass, getting abused, and got a job doxed and everything like that, while at the same time claiming to be a God-loving Christian and believing in the Bible and everything like that. But up there with a woman that had the beef sector, half of the women in the beef sector 2 years ago denouncing God. Remember The Source? Remember when she tried to take away the storyline from Rob Rack and everything, like when that was the hottest thing going in 2023? Right? When she had this stud come up there with a staff, you know what I'm saying? With a staff with some fake candy store jewelry or something like that, put on a piece of wood, like it was like something, it was weird. Wearing a purple robe, you know what I'm saying, with some gold embroidery or whatever, and had them people over there talking about they got altars, they believing in Satan, they planned all kind of voodoo gods and everything like that. And then this is the whole thing about that. Now, it's a lot of people in that space. Rick Reed believes in witchcraft. Susie obviously has come out, you know what I'm saying, and showed and had y'all denounce God. Okay, rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft in the Bible. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. All these witches, warlocks, open people, and when you look at it, right. If you ever talk to a scientist or a medical doctor, and I have a friend that's a retired doctor that I met when I used to sell insurance, old Italian guy, and he told me when people start talking about they do voodoo, witchcraft, and they casting spells and things like that, that is a clear sign of schizophrenia, right? So if you go into an emergency room and you start talking about you did a spell or you did a ritual with the devil, or you did some kind of stuff with some kind of pagan god and you're sacrificing cats or chickens or something like that, scientists that are atheists a lot of times are going to look at you as if you have mental issues. You're going through a complete mental breakdown. And what you're seeing is a group of people that are in a form of group psychosis together. And they also come online and they have this delusion of grandeur where they could come online, they could be in their moo-moos all day, being on SSI, being extremely overweight, having no teeth in their head, you know what I'm saying? Days going by day, and they can feel empowered when they can click the live button or go on a link and feel like they're accepted in a space that is this highly demonic. Now, I was over there, where I was. So now I say over there, but I was listening to my old live that I actually talked about, and I think that live got about 2.2 thousand views. It's just the collapse of the beef and black sector. And I was breaking down before all of this stuff with the investigations happened. And I was saying that what you were seeing is where all of the doxing that they were doing. Remember when ZX and VS fell out? I was reminding people about the fact that this is basically a form of RICO, corrupt organization, a coordinated online gang activity, right? It was a coordinated online gang effort with what they did to limit. Okay, the doxing, the harassing, the obvious cyber stalking, the obvious porn bombing of Lemon's channel. All right. And I actually have that clip in raw form where VS got up there and porn bombed Lemon's channel. All right. That falls under cyber stalking. Okay. It was a coordinated effort by a group of people, you know what I'm saying, to commit a crime across state lines. Right. And what it looks like is that people are being investigated for that very reason I was telling y'all about. This is before any fire. This is before any of that. I was telling y'all that at some point, this is going to come to a head. Somebody's going to get hurt. Something is big was going to happen. And the fire, and I'm not going to try to like really talk about the fire that much, but the fire basically was one of the wake up calls for law enforcement in some form or fashion, whether it was state or federal. I don't even know. I don't even know if there's the feds out there watching or whatever. I know that my hands are clean. I know I haven't been coordinating behind the scenes with nobody to harm anybody for no reason. Okay. Nothing. There is nobody that can say that we were trying to do things together to harm somebody. Hold on. Oh, let me make sure something. Oh, wow. I guess I got these things on. What's going on, Shonda? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go live and then do some content on Latrice Allen sector on the main channel later, guys. So right now, it's just something aside. I have been quiet, I've been silent about other sector stuff or whatever. But right now, the beef sector is basically under investigation for whatever reason. I don't know the full reason, truthfully, to be honest. You know, but like I said, months ago, they was coordinating an effort, VS and her people, and I can say that flat out because she was cyber stalking Lemon. And I have the videos downloaded, and I have the video I went and copied the video where Lemon got P-bombed, where she was posting pornography on his channel. All right. And they was calling Sandy, or wherever he stay at, like somewhere in California, right? So I got all that information, and I downloaded a few of her lives or whatever just for this very point, because I already knew. I said this stuff is going to come to a head at some point. You know what I mean? Where all this coordinated cyber stalking and harassment is going to come to a head. So right now, there's currently investigations that's taking place. People are being questioned behind the scenes about their involvement. I don't know what it has to do with the fire, to be very honest. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I do know that, like what ZX was talking about lately in the beef and black sector, a lot of it is true. I'll say 95% of it that I know what he was saying was true concerning investigations that are taking place. The thing about it, though, ZX was an integral part of the cyber harassment with that organized crew of people that were doing all kind of crazy things with Lemon, Audio, and even Ken. And these people were all involved in it at the same time. It's the only person I think was on the outs was Lemon, truthfully, you know. But they were doing all this weird stuff with each other's information, stalking, harassing, and now you have Pizarro and Lemon. They are talking about creating a new sector out of the beef sector, which I find to be asinine. I find it laughable. I find that is not going to happen. The beef sector has collapsed. It's dead. Yeah, it will be content still going on, but not in the same effect that it was. When you have somebody like Rick Reed go live, and hold on, let me look at that live stream. So he did a live stream, I think it was the day before. And that's like one of their top people, right? So they had like a beef sector, I think, round table or something like that, or meetup. It was. Let me see what it was. So we was live for 3 hours and 10 minutes, and it got to like 500 people in the chat, right? But the video didn't even hit $4,000. It didn't even hit 4,000 views. So what it shows is that the beef sector, the crowd itself is dissatisfied with the content overall in general when it comes down to beef sector content. Because truthfully, the beef sector has turned into the hater sector. When you have people that are schizos, mentally ill people, drunks, you know what I'm saying, DL homosexual men that don't wash their ass like Lemon at the forefront of a sector. And even with Lemon, when he go live, Lemon is not hitting like no 7K or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? 8K, 10K. 10K or 10 grand in the beef sector is gone. Like 1 hour, nobody's running up a live stream in the beef sector that's hitting even VS. VS is not hitting well over like 4,000 views, 5,000 views in an hour. Not even her. Not even her. No. The money is not there. And that's why I was even telling the people from other sectors that entertain me that no, I'm not going to be y'all gateway to that trash ass space, because it's complete trash. That's why I'm over here talking on this smaller channel saying that no, over there, they're desperate for money. They was following around this lady that has been following me around, the MGO lady. I see that she went over and connected with Myjahnee, went to a whole nother sector. Like I said, the thing is, the draw is for her is Octavius. It wasn't Lemon. It wasn't the beef sector. It wasn't YTC. It wasn't Pizarro. All that money that y'all got was based off me being present in those spaces. Period. Me being present, you know what I'm saying, trying to clear things up when it came down to what y'all call Firegate. And I overstayed over there because basically I could have been over there doing other stuff in the street sector, Latrice Island sector, and really making money by doing it. You know what I'm saying? There was really no return for me being over there. I want to clear up some stuff based off what my girlfriend said when she wasn't, all the way there. And now that that's over, I don't see no need to go over there to clear up or hit nobody's link to clear up a goddamn thing. All right. Now, for those in the Latrice Island sector, I was listening to Try Me Now, and she said something profound today. And she said something, if it was a lie, and this applies to me and Kiki. This is not part of, I'll talk about something. I'll talk about that later when it comes to Myjahnee and Roz and everything like that. We'll talk about that on the live coming up. And that'll be around by 8:00 because I gotta go after I do this. I gotta go take care of some business. And then I got to come back and then I set up that live around 8:00, maybe 8:30, 9, depending on who live. But Rita, Rita was saying this, right? So Rita said something very profound, and she said, if y'all said that we were lying, how come you took the time to entertain the lie as long as you did, right? Something to that effect. And I was like, that's the same thing they were saying about Kiki and I when it concerned Firegate, or what they call Firegate, right? They ran with that story to this day. It's still mentioned about the fire, right? Concerning Kiki. Kiki said what she said. The videos have her saying these dark sayings and these the breaking the case and all that kind of stuff. I think ZX released that live stream, and it's really a nothing burger, and it was basically already articulated at some point what was said on ZX live when Kiki was up there when she first started talking about the fire, right? So it was nothing profound. It was no gotcha moment. And even that live stream that took place with Pizarro or Pizza in the B sector, when Kiki was on that panel that day, they were over there just talking about, they was having like a twerk competition, and Kiki was just up there kicking it. There was really nothing too much said about the fire that day. I remembered it because I watched it, and I'll say, look like she cool, she having fun, whatever, right? So I watched it from the clouds a little bit, and it wasn't really nothing profound said in that live. But then we have lying ass VS hyping it up, making it seem like it was something that was like dark, something that Kiki was saying that was revealing, throwing her under the bus as the prime suspect and everything like that. And that did not happen like that. Right? And so like with Rick Reed was saying, like, who can believe Octavius? Who the fuck can believe VS? VS has been to court multiple times. Remember, she lied about the Walmart situation with the guns. She told y'all about the guns. She told y'all about her son getting Kiki wanted her son George Floyd or something like that. The following to the school, all that stuff. All that stuff was, all those lies were put out in the defamation case at the appeals level, and there was nothing found to be true for her to even push for a court case against Kiki. No evidence whatsoever. All that shit that y'all was trying to champion in the B sector was a lie for years. And documented, I did a live stream after the court case because I was the only person sitting in the gallery in the court. It was just me sitting there. VS, Kiki and her lawyer, and the judge, and the officers that's working inside the court, like the clerk and all them people. All that stuff was a lie. So who can say my credibility or even Kiki's credibility against hers when she done been to court and been found to be a liar and has testified in court and said almost verbatim that, yes, she would set a person up with the police and do what she got to do to get somebody off her back. All right. It's in the court record. It's one of her last statements in that case. It's one of the last statements in that case. Basically, she will falsify stuff to the police. And then y'all have seen it online where she's falsified things. You weaponized the 911, FBI, all these different services or whatever against people, right? Based off assumptions and lies. So I don't appreciate nobody in the beef sector trying to test my credibility for shit, because I ain't never lied to you motherfuckers for shit, and I don't respect you motherfucking punks and sissies and bulldaggers enough to sit there to lie to you. I'm over you. I look down on you, and you can take it how you want to feel about it. I don't give a fuck. Okay. One thing you would not get from me, okay, you punks and dykes, is for me to sit there to be the person to lie to you, because I don't respect you enough to lie to you for shit. Okay? Now you get in your feelings to take it how you want to feel about it. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. But one thing, me falsifying my credibility compared to y'all's, y'all out here talking about y'all believe in voodoo. Y'all out here around here, your hero of time that ate blood from another woman, stuck fists up the woman's rear end, all kinds of shit on record. Y'all know this shit. They had y'all over to denouncing God and everything like that. But I'm the falsifier. I'm the liar. Or what? Like, no. All right. And like I say, the sector combined now, when y'all go live, y'all not busting down 5,000 views in an hour. Nobody in the beef sector can get 5,000 views in one motherfucking hour to say their goddamn life. And I can guarantee in less than 24 hours, I can go live right now. I go live on my main channel right now, come up with a subject like that. And I bet you I can run up 10,000 to 60,000 views like that. I could do it. In any given time. But I am entertained by the YouTube community. And some people are saying like, okay, we don't really like Octavius style of whatever. I don't go live to be over here cussing and being vile and being a whole coon and buffoon. And if you notice, ZX and VS been going live, right? Now they know they got the investigator watching, right? They over there talking about how they hate niggas, and they both of them just sound like some Sambos and just talking, and you can just tell that these are people that never really had too many interactions with people from other races. Okay, so what they're doing is position themselves to what they call jeffing. It's called the con. They called it my mom and dad, and even in the 70s and the 60s, they call it jeffing, where a black person gets in front of a white person, pretend to be a good Christian, pretend to be different, pretend to be this novelty type of Negro. And they're the ones that got all the good sense. They're the ones that's the Republican. They're the ones that's the good, clean Christian and all that kind of stuff. Well, all the other black people are just wicked and dark and evil and downtrodden. And all of them are niggers, and they're the Negro, or they're colored, or they're black. Right? So it's just a testament to their downtroddenness. It's a testament to their peasant mindset. You know what I'm saying? That they haven't really been exposed to the greater world outside of just being a subservient black person or a person that has inferiority complexes. You know, when they know a white person is listening, that they have to be a betrayer of their own race and act like they're just this different type of person. But at the end of the day, those two people are some of the biggest doxers and gang stalkers and cyber stalkers online. They're the people that, okay, what about what's up with you trying to call RNY, the best of RNY's job with Apple? Like, how does she deserve her job being messed with? And I don't give a damn about RNY. I don't. You know what I'm saying? what's good? You putting out the information, the job information, and the GoFundMe information for Kiki. What was that? That was Corey. That basically you was paying out. Oh, this is people from her job put together a GoFundMe. Let's dox them and put it on the internet so everybody can see it and everything. And hopefully we can make phone calls to ruin this lady's life and take her job. Okay. What's progressive about that? And who has BS lifted up and made a content creator that's successful? Right now, you got Claudiva can't get no views. Audio can't get no views. Who else? Who else still over there trying to be a Didi Loop ain't getting no views? She's sharing them out. She's sharing them out. Ain't nothing manifesting for them. You know what I mean? It look like Audio trying to go over into the boxing sector and, talk about Deontay Wilder and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is a better move. I mean, because VS is not nobody. There's no success stories with VS. It's nobody. I guess you'll claim Lady Nika or something like that. I guess that's the only person she can claim. Or maybe even Brianna. But Brianna did her own little finesse to get herself on. And so did everybody else. You know what I'm saying? There is no person that this lady has raised up that's out here that's a full success. You know what I'm saying? That's currently here online. Nobody. Right? What's going on? Let me see who on the note. Glow, what's good? Please hit that like button, everybody. Yeah, y'all like, wow. Yeah, let me see. I'm trying to like cut it short because y'all know I could be long winded and everything. But I'll give y'all maybe another 15 minutes. Yeah, another 15 minutes. Well, like 6:05 my time, I have to get out of here. And I'll come back later on the main page. So let's talk about Lemon and Pizarro. The news sector, the frenemy sector. The news sector will not succeed. And I don't want to sound like a hater. Because Pizza and Lemon are manifestations. They're 100% manifestations of the beef sector. And they're hard-line beef sector people. And they could try to say they're starting a new sector and things like that. But if you're still beefing with Jay Dunn, beefing with Ken, beefing with, VS, or even responding to these people, there will be no success for that new sector. Now, really, for example, the street sector, how it got started, it was Kiki and Kiki had interest in a certain form of content that was not part of the beef sector. It was, street content. She interviewed multiple people. She interviewed Martina. She interviewed a lot of the people like Lewis, Monquel, a lot of people that were on Atlanta Street interviews. She interviewed them independently of Marcus before Marcus even came to the channel. She came to her channel, right? So when the street sector started, only person that we really knew that's like street sector, that's a content creator, was a major content creator that's still over there, is Vibes Queen. We didn't know Sheena. We didn't know King of Commentary. We didn't know a lot of people. We didn't know these people. But Kiki had a bigger platform, and there's new people coming around, shared them out. shared them out. Matter of fact, how Sonny got shared out about me and Kiki before Marcus started actually promoting her channel, and that was one of the things. And I have that live stream too. And I'm not going to try to go back and forth debate about all that kind of stuff, and people know what it is, right? And then after we had shared out Sonny, then Marcus started promoting Sonny. You know what I'm saying? He started promoting Sonny and stuff like that, going to her channel. And then that's how her channel blew up and got that 19,000, right? But the thing is, there was a whole nother form of content there for that sector to start. And then there was a successful CC doing things on her own, which was Kiki at the time, that really and truthfully didn't need a sector. You know, the sector came about gradually over time through, okay, this new person come around, let's share them out, let's go over here, let's connect with this person, stuff like that. But the frenemy sector that they're trying to create is based off, I guess, pizza and lemon, and they're still gonna be doing the same type of fuck shit content. You know, it's still gonna be gossip, rumors, things like that. And they talk about people that we don't want anybody that dox, right? But aren't you doxing when you say somebody you don't know for certain, but you'll repeat what somebody said about a dox? Okay. All right. So it's not going to prosper because there's no zero starting point. There's no new form of content that people want to circle around to call it a sector. All right. The street sector, when it was started, yeah, me and Kiki was over in the black sector. Well, I was in the black sector / conscious sector, you know what I mean, being B sector adjacent with Tracy and stuff like that. Before the street sector came along. What's going on? Shakim? Shadia, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing today? I hope. Yeah, I'm good. I just haven't had the time to really go live. I've just been busy with a lot of stuff. But like I said, I'm really not gonna be too interested in hitting no links in the B sector like that anymore, because like I've said, the places just went to hell. If you go back and listen to that old live I did, that got 2.2 thousand views, I told everybody why the sector was falling, and people thought I was just talking trash, being a hater. The B sector has failed for multiple reasons. For one, the leader of the sector, the sector needs to denounce VS in order to survive. They need to do that. All right. Like they did when she first came back. That's why the sector was popping at the time. That's why when she came back, Tracy had 2,700 people in her chat, or 2,400 people in her chat live. When she came back, I had 1,000 people in my chat live. What's the first thing this motherfucker did when she come back? Hate on me and Tracy. Okay. Instead of saying, okay, these people are whoever these people are, they're entertained by Octavius, Tracy, Rob, or whatever. No, hate. Put labels on people, call people scammers, liars, whatever, right? And then you have your leader in the B sector. And I said that's the reason why I would never, that's the reason why I can't say I would ever claim to be part of the B sector. For one, they love to say the guys over there are gay or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's whatever. And you know, I'm not gay, obviously. And like I said, the sector is controlled by a few content creators, right? And every last one of them I have fell out with, right? The Treasure Lane, VS. I guess Shelly mad at me. Who gives a fuck? Okay, who cares? All right, because I ain't did nothing to that lady, and she ain't no victim of mine. I ain't did shit. I said just leave me the fuck alone. Okay, who gives a fuck? I'm being successful as fuck. Don't need nobody. All right. So, like I told y'all, it's controlled by a few different people. Right? If you're smart, you would war against all of these wicked names that I have mentioned. If you are in that continuum of the sector and not give a fuck. Like, that is the key to winning in that space. You know what I'm saying? To be anti-establishment disputarianist. Okay? If you were in that space. Right? So, the thing is, when you set up a shut up shop in a space like that, that's cultish, like the beef sector, what you have to understand is, like YTC, when she go live in the morning, if VS go live, and I wouldn't give a fuck about one goddamn subscriber that will sit there and let me have my channel looking down to 12 motherfuckers. Okay? Just because another bitch live. YTC was live. YTC had like 12 people in her chat while BS was live, talking about a whole bunch of nothing. What that means is, when you are in that space, you don't have no owner, you don't have no subscriber loyalty. A lot of these people that are getting numbers in the beef sector, they have to play the game. They have to ask they have to like, you know, hold their head down. They can't come out and tell the abusive truth like Octavius Prime. And that's why so many CCs hate me over there, is because I can come out and tell, fuck you, Treasure Lane. Fuck you, Shelly, if you don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, VS. Fuck you, whoever else. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I have that license to do that. They don't. They suffer in silence. They suffering with depression. They suffering with anxiety and shit. They got to be the ones suffering with disrespect. And then I come out and like, I'm going to put Octavius on the altar, and hopefully somebody pat me on the back. One of the top bloggers in the sector pat me on the back and take me under their wing and ensure that I have 100 people in my chat. Right? You get what I'm saying? Who would want to set up shop in that type of environment where a lot of times when these people go live in the beef sector, they're not getting, nobody's super chatting like that. They might get a sprinkle of $5. You know why? Because the money, if one of the subscribers know this subconsciously, if you go over there and drop $50 on somebody like YouTube cameras, right? Now, I do have to admit, Ness had her own independent following within the beef sector. Ness does have her own independent following. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what y'all want to say. You know what I mean? She does. Right? But that's rare. And she done fell out with all the names I done told you about. You know what I'm saying? The VSs, the Treasure Lanes, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And for good reason. Right? Now, you're live. This is what's happening in the beef sector. People going live. Nobody's super chatting. Nobody's cash apping. The most money that Lemon done got in a few months from the internet is based off a woman, a crazy woman that's obsessed with Octavius. All right. the MGO lady, she was over there. I guess some kind of was her in if you go to Myjahnee's community wall, you see where they done linked up or something like that or whatever. They done sat down, linked up or whatever. You know, a scamming doctor, in my opinion, and a scamming crazy ass lawyer. Okay, two weirdo professional women. You know what I'm saying? That went out their way to fuck with me. You know, now crying victim and crying all this stuff about womanhood and all this bullshit. But when they remember when Myjahnee and I did that counterclaim, all I did was a counterclaim for 74. And remember, Myjahnee went manic and even talked about, she called the West Palm Beach Police Department on me and said I was practicing law without a license. I could not do counterclaims for people as an authorized representative. All right. But people forget how things start. I didn't go there. I never called the police on Myjahnee. No. You know what I'm saying? I never did that. Same thing with that other crazy lady. You know what I'm saying? Who got in my face and I said, lady, can you get the fuck out my face? I was talking to somebody else in a whole nother conversation. But like Lemon was happy to get that $500. Lemon is the top of the total pole over in the B sector, but ain't nobody really getting no cash like that. There is no redeemable reason. There is no reason for people to cash out somebody like Lemon that's on fuck shit that you, when you cash app him, you know that he's going to use that money to go get drunk or have some young boys in his room with their shirts off and shit like that. That look like that, you know what I'm saying? Looking very suspect, as Shaquem played today, who's in the chat. Gonna trick off that same $500, you know what I'm saying, on some liquor and some boys. Okay. There's no reason. Why are you even sending money to these type of people that's on fuck shit, that's gonna dox you, that's gonna try to destroy your fucking career? When y'all sit over there, y'all be over there in the beef sector, when they send money to a person like VS that's trying to get a woman fired or trying to attack a woman's job, like Kiki, like RNY, and a few other people that have been intimidated by this woman. Jobs been threatened. Doxing has been threatened. Even going over to Lemon's channel, posting up pornography. Posting for pornography. And if I'm on the VS channel, oh, you know what I do? I'll contact the FCC and show what she was doing on YouTube with that porn. With her face shown in her business official capacity. Don't you know she said she got that name trademark? She was on that dude's page under her trademark name, VS Icon, posting porn to try to get that man channel snatched off the internet. That's if I wanted to actually take action against her and get her channel out the way, ZX. Now, even with ZX trying to do this legal complaint, the legal complaint is valid. Regardless what anybody say, if I was to write that legal complaint to get her channel taken, it will go through. Absolutely 100%. I can guarantee it. That ain't my mission right now. It was a part of the condition of her being, you know what I'm saying, her conviction or whatever it was, her sentence for that IHOP situation. It was. And the rules state if something ensued on YouTube that blah, 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 and there's a condition, yes, you can lose, you're permanently banned. This is the same YouTube that banned people for just saying the F word or a woman having her bra or something like her breast pop out on live, you lose your whole channel for life. They ban you for life. So what would you think they think about somebody got beat up on camera and the video was sensationalized and it was a condition of a conviction? But the truth is, ZX and whoever else they have over there is not capable to do what Octavius can do. And like I said, I don't have no motivation right now to do anything to VS channel. You know what I'm saying? At all. Why? Because look like they're investigating her. Remember, she was over there deleting all these videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Of all this cyber stalking, you know what I mean? Alleged cyber stalking that she was doing on certain individuals in the beef black sector space. And what looked like cyber gang activity, which falls under RICO. All that stuff like ZX and all them are coordinating with the phone number, the call Audio's mom, and then also messing with Lemon and everything like that, trying to mess his case up and everything like that. And the definition of what took place when she got on that channel with Lemon is a cyber crime. It falls under cyber. It's a federal. It falls under federal laws. It falls under that. Oh, let me see what else he got here. Okay, I'm over my time, so I could be here forever, guys. And we could do our conspiracy theory thing or whatever. But all in all, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. I'll be live. I'm gonna try my best to go live later tonight. And we're gonna talk about the issues over there in Latrice Allen sector. You know, the stuff with Myjahnee. Myjahnee, remember she was over there talking about what it was. Oh yeah, strike my main channel. It was struck. Now you could go in there, clear up right now in the YouTube studio. You could go and clear up a strike on your channel. When you get a privacy strike, what you don't realize is when you get like 2 or 3 privacy strike, your channel is gone. And what she did with that whole situation with 74's son was diabolical. And then we also moved forward with the CPS stuff, which was just even more evil. All right. Now, I was very moved by the live that 74 did. I was busy, you know what I'm saying? I was working. And I had her in the background, and I know she even got emotional towards the end of her live. And it does take a toll on people, you know, people that are online. Like, we are humans too. And when you have a coordinated effort where people like have done the things that Myjahnee and her cohorts like Judge Fifi have done, you know, having an Amber Alert set off based off some people on the internet who are just evil. Like what Myjahnee did to me was evil. Why are you even trying to do that to me? I'm up there doing a lawful thing. I'm doing what's lawful when it came down to being an authorized representative for anybody on the internet. I mean, I learned the copyright game better than you. I did. And like I said, yes. And 74, I tell you, I drew up that motion to dismiss her case. And she said she talked about it. I drew up that motion to dismiss her case. All right. But she didn't make any statements why it wasn't fair use. She just wanted 74 channel messed up. And when I had sent I sent that motion basically to ask the court to, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is why we feel like this case should not move forward in federal court or the CCB. She could not answer, you know what I'm saying, that discovery, you know what I'm saying, that motion that I put together, you know what I'm saying, for 74. And I'm not a lawyer at all. And she had to drop that case. It's a fact. I'm not going to tell y'all how I did it, but I told 74, I said, hey, put this in. And basically we just made like, I forgot, was a motion to dismiss, or it was something like that, right? But I put it together. I researched it for like a couple of days, put it together. And when it went forward, bam, I said, she's not going to be able to answer this. Because people don't even know the aspects of copyright. I can go and take anybody's stuff. And if I do a proper form of fair use, and that's respectful, then, you know, then it's respectful and it falls within the federal guidelines, which 74 situation absolutely did. She used a frame from a 1 hour video, 1 hour plus video, and actually edit that still frame, remove people out of the frame, and had a U-Haul van with the sky and the apartment complex in the background. Nobody knew where that's what. It wasn't a privacy issue. Nobody could place where the house was or anything like that. Plus, they were moving. And it was basically the highest order of what you would call fair use. Minimum use of the content, transformative work. The people were removed from the photo, from the still frame, and there was no AI manipulation. It was no privacy issues involved. Everything fell under fair use in that situation. What y'all saw was just a hissy fit and a vindictive, nasty woman. The same woman that was saying that two men was going to violate. She had made an imaginary story about a woman going through foster care that was molested or, you know, violated at 2 years old by two men. And even going to the aspect of sodomy in that situation. And I have the transcript and I have the video. I had the complete video where she went manic in this pedophile fantasy statement about imagining things that were happening to a person that went through foster care and went through whatever kind of childhood sexual trauma. Now, it's alleged that, well, it's been confirmed from what I'm hearing that Roz has died. And that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but nevertheless, I respect 74's pain, because 74 is my friend, over all that. And Roz, it wasn't an issue I had with Roz. Remember, Roz did a live talking about me and threatened to get the Blood gang to do something to me. Remember that? Remember she said she's going to get the Bloods to handle me or something like that, to that degree? So now they're going through whatever tragedy they went through. That ain't stopping me from going live to talk about the issues, and they ain't stopping me from doing the things that I need to do to help protect my friend and help my friend whatever kind of situation that she's going through. All right. So I'll be live probably around 8 o'clock tonight, and we'll talk about that. Yeah, y'all remember that. All right. So I'll be live talking about that tonight. But I just want to go live and just on this live stream, this was like me just, kicking the bridge, just aiming on camera. We got all the decorative stuff. I had to reboot my computer, so the OBS looks a little stale, but I have y'all recorded just in case I have to edit the music at some point. As far as your comments and everything will be recorded. Yeah, as you can see, they're posted in the video. So if I edit, your comments will still be here. All right. But yeah, the beef sector is dead. There's very little support over there. It's the hater sector. All right. All I have ever done, and I'm gonna be real. People have played with people's children over there. People have threatened to rape children over in the beef sector. Rape children. Okay. Not just men, a few women, and some of their top people has said some sexual things about. Treasure Lane has said some crazy stuff about kids. VS has said some crazy things about kids. Okay. And they make love to the fact their freedom to talk is vulgar and is nasty if they want to talk about children in that sector. And it seems like they have a sick obsession for pedophiles. And like I said, I really think that when these people go live talking because a lot of them are already into community. And we're not trying to put stereotypes, but then there's also childhood sexual trauma that some people have not gotten over, right? And sometimes they may identify as, being gender fluid, gay, whatever, gay, lesbian, whatever, but they have not. Sometimes people have not ironed out or dealt with any kind of like trauma from childhood trauma and things like that. And when there is a community of people that already put at their forefront their sexual identity as their main identity, and then also champion their freedom to talk sexual about children and violation of rape of children, they're over there dog whistling to one another. And please don't think that women are exempt from that. We've seen the Nature Boy situation online. We've seen that. We've seen that there's people out there. These people use this as a dog whistle to gather behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? People on the back end having phone sex, probably exchanging all kind of wild pictures and stuff like that. Who knows? But you gotta just be wary of any bitch that's sitting up there listening to a nigga talk about how they want to violate a toddler in any form of capacity. That mean that bitch ain't got no goddamn motherhood about her. She ain't got no Bible about her. She ain't got no morals about her. She's a nasty, bloody bitch. You know what I'm saying? If there ever was one, to sit there to talk sexual, to hear a man up there sit there to talk sexual on the internet, or even a female to sit there and talk sexual, that's a stank, nasty, lonely, motherfucking bloody bitch. They don't like this type of teaching. Nobody will come live and actually tell the truth about these people online. Nobody will come live and talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like ZX is over talking about how he beefing with Ken, but a couple of months ago, you and Ken were working together to try to fuck with me and Kiki. Okay. Now, even with ZX posted, and it's a few people in the black sector I flagged that were trying to play with my image and stuff like that. Any image of mine, you already know. When I have time, if my images or any of my stuff is on somebody's page, that's because I'm allowing it for whatever my own reasons or whatever. But right now, it don't take me. I got it down. The privacy complaints are perfect. The copyright complaints are perfect. The strikes are perfect. and everything like that, if I want to strike you down for having my image up, or take your channel for community guidelines, that can happen as well, especially if you got me identified as my face up there or whatnot. Yes, it's all any form of fashion I can get you for messing with my property. All right? Any form of fashion. All right? Now, ZX was playing with one of my images and put some goddamn curses and some lies and shit like that over my motherfucking face, over my imagery. And I struck the fuck out of his channel. Okay? I want to talk about everybody, but remember that court case about the hardware store? Remember that court case that he had? It was like, I think it was back in like 2016 or 2014. He was at a hardware and the officer called him the FAGG. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? T, know what I'm saying? It's in the court record. That the officer saw him and his friend park in a hardware parking lot, hardware store parking lot, and somebody it ensued, and he tried to sue the city of Philadelphia. And I don't know if he actually got a settlement or not. I think they must have settled or did something behind the scenes or whatever from when I looked at the case. But I heard that story first from Bullets Gotti, but it's true. It's actually true. So the officer took it upon themselves to see whatever he saw. He called him the F word. But whatever you want to imagine about my life, because you don't been nosy and look up where I supposedly live or where my mail is dropped off or whatever, you want to confuse that situation. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that truth, right? What's going on, Indigo? Right. So the man, and then there was other things that took place in the 90s with this man. Right. And I'm not going there with it right now, but then I understand why, I understand a lot of these guys that y'all see in those beef and black sector spaces, they have criminal records. They've been charged with vile things like forceful sodomy, have been pulled over by police. Police must have saw them doing some homosexual acts and said something out of shock. Okay. And I'm not going to go live and display all this, but I'm telling you what I have seen in black and white about a lot of these people. And the thing is, they'll love to run my name down, but when you go look at Octavius' name, like I said, you're gonna find a ticket for not paying my I forgot to pay my tag or something like that, my registration, and that's it. And I back in 2010, Salome tried to sue me for a student loan that they actually had to go back later and nullify. Case got nullified. That's it. Outside of weirdos on the internet bothering me for copyright, stalking me and doing weird shit, I ain't had no run-ins with nobody downtown on some weird shit. Octavius ain't never been a motherfucking weirdo. But when you start looking at some of these niggas and you start looking at the fact that, no, they really have been charged with, they actually had somebody with their butt bleeding called 911 and said they were forcefully sodomized, or a police officer caught them in a parking lot and must have said a word out of shock and said the F word about them, and they tried to sue the city. And then it gives you the understanding why these motherfuckers have so much jealousy and hate for Octavius and shit. It gives you understanding when they see me with my girlfriend. We be out happy, and it ain't all perfect and clean, and everything ain't all perfect and everything, but it is romantic. We do have our highlights and stuff in our relationship and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? They went behind the scenes to go to my Twitter and see if I'm into some weird shit. All they seen was like me looking at women. I like women in secret and in real life. All right. Talking about men that struggle with their sexuality, men that that had issues with it. They got pulled over. They've been on some sexual deviant shit in real life. And maybe they haven't got fully caught, but they're still out here. Men that have out here talking about how they want to be with underage babies and some nasty ass hoes in the chat supporting that shit. And the thing is, I can't have, like, listen, Ken follows me around the internet, right? And I'm gonna say this, and like I'm gonna just say it, right? Follows me around the internet, and he can say that he dragged me and whatever. Dude, you have said that you wanted to have sex with little boys on here. I can't, like, there is no debate with you. You can scream and yell or whatever, and you can go there, run under Pastor J. Wilson for hiding the rainbow flag, and they can hide a pedophile behind a goddamn rainbow flag all the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? But you have made it expressively clear that you are a pedophile and that you and your brother that's a transsexual would get together to violate a little boy that's 5 years old, under the age of 5. And it doesn't matter how many raggedy ass fucking mammy bitches or goddamn sick AIDS infested punks in your goddamn chat. And you still ain't them out, and you still ain't even hitting over 15 to 2,000 views on your live. It don't matter what the fuck you saying. It don't matter about your goddamn AIDS infested fucking sector either. It don't matter how many over the hill sissies you have in your chat. It don't matter how many over the hill stanky catfish smelling ass bulldaggers you got in your motherfucking chat that's supporting you and your goddamn weirdoism. Them sexual deviants, all y'all motherfucking hoes are destined for hell. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hate God. Y'all over there practicing witchcraft. Talking about you casting voodoo spells on people. This is really what the motherfuckers say. That's why it's hard to even really, like, I don't go live on my main channel for that reason. Because if I go live on my main channel, it'll make me sound crazy reporting on these people. Okay? Repeating some of the things that these people have said. All right? But that's just what it is. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Oh, y'all laughing. What's up? Let me see. Indigo Cap. Nicole Pratt, what's good? Indigo, what's good? Cassie, Indigo with the glow. Thank y'all for rocking out with me. I overstayed my time. All right. I overstayed my time. And I thank y'all for coming to the backup channel. I'm gonna try my best to go live tonight on the main channel. And I'll see y'all over there. I have another channel as well that I've been sleeping on. It got 3.5 thousand subscribers, but that's going to be more a place for my shorts and uploads to be done. And how I'm going to use that. That channel is fully monetized and it's tied to the same AdSense account. So what it allows me to do is if I want to do YouTube shorts, I'll get the same credit. So like when you do shorts on YouTube, or if you go live on the same channel more than twice a day, the third live YouTube don't push. So especially if you're doing shorts, you could do up to like 2 shorts or 3. They say 3 a day, but the third live, anything after the third live and the 24 hours on the channel, YouTube don't push it. They don't turn on the notifications. So say, for example, if I go to we on a vacation and I have a lot of YouTube shorts that I have not uploaded from St. Thomas when it concerns Kiki and myself. And like we did a tour bus ride where I have videos that's like 4K, everything. And so what I'm going to do is use that backup channel. They got 3.5 thousand subscribers. And if you want to find that channel, just go to the main page. You can do it now because I'm about to end the show. Go to the main page, subscribe to the both channels. Those are the two channels that are monetized. And that's going to be like more of my professional channel where I'll be like uploading. I'll be experimenting with YouTube uploads and shorts over there more than any live streaming and things like that. But if I do want to do another live stream while I'm on vacation or something that's important, I'll be going live over there when it's like something I can run up, like if I'm doing politics and or just some mainstream content for YouTube. I'll be going live on that channel. I already have the OBS set up for that channel, just like I have for the main channel, where I could cam up and things like that. So I'll be doing more experimentations over there. Now, I've done a few lives over there, and they did well, right? So they did well over there. And I did a live that was 17 minutes long where I was talking about Jay-Z concerning the Epstein files. And it was 17 minutes, and I ran up to like 30, but I think it was 3.6 thousand views in no time. Like it was like I ended the live, and it was like almost like 3,000 plus views. So that channel is lit and it's clean for YouTube. YouTube is just ready for anytime I go live. They will push that channel because it's clean. It don't have all that garbage public or whatever. Like even my main page got some stuff on there that's, kind of questionable. That kind of keep me low in the algorithm. But that channel's high up in the algorithm than my main page. And I want y'all to subscribe to the main page. Just click on the profile, go to the homepage for this channel. Scroll down, you'll see the channels that I'm recommending. If you're not subscribed to the channel with Octavius Prime with the swords, subscribe to that one. And I got a lot to come over there with my shorts, and I'll be promoting it. I'll be promoting it, and it has access to memberships. But I would suggest that everybody, if you get a membership, and I could give away memberships over there too. And I do have members on that channel. Thank you for that. And because I do have lives over there. I have a lot of lives. Matter of fact, that channel was given to me by Peaches from the Mo3 sector. So a lot of her live streams the live streams that she have, they're on members only that she had like a couple of years ago. So it has a lot of Mo3 sector content on that channel with Peaches and some of the stuff where I guess her connections with Mo3 and things like that. It was originally her channel, the 3.4 thousand channel. That was originally Peaches' channel. And you guys can subscribe to that channel if you want. And we can run it up over there. You can see some Mo3 content over there. Some of the stuff Peaches went through. And I have a few lives that are on membership over there as well. That's pretty good. But I rarely go live on there. I'll go live talking about like hip hop or like talk about hip hop politics or something like that. But I keep that channel more clean because it's more of a virgin channel. And YouTube has allowed me. What YouTube has done, because I got it under a brand channel. YouTube look at it like a brand new channel, so they understand I'm the new owner of the channel, right? So the content I have produced has been clean content, so they pushed the channel. Like I had filmed somebody asked me to film a funeral for them locally and a family, and I filmed the funeral over there. You know what I'm saying? For this church or whatever. And that the funeral got 1,700 views, believe it or not. But all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through. I held y'all long enough. Peace. Let me see what they're saying there. They say, this ain't Wakanda. Wow.